Welcome to Hubba-Wha, a Muppet quiz show brought to you by ToughPigs.com. It's America's new favorite game show where Muppet fans, Muppet professionals, and everyone in between competes for fabulous prizes and to see who's this week's toughest pig. I'm your host, Evan G. of ToughPigs.com. Today on Hubba-Wha, our contestants will be testing their Muppetational mettle with a series of questions themed around the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, and you guessed it, Muppetational production the Muppets ever performed, The Muppet Show. The era of The Muppet Show is doubtlessly what we'd call Jim Henson's imperial phase. So I'm thrilled to talk about it with you. You like that? Imperial phase? I learned that phrase, and I think it means has a lot of emperor penguins in it. Now, there's 15 seconds to curtain, so I'm here to knock on my guest stars' dressing room doors. Today, we're joined by two podcasting triple threats. It's Anthony Strand of ToughPigs.com and David Levy of the Muppeturgy Podcast. As always, the questions on this show were written by me with help from that amazing Muppet resource, Muppet Wiki. And speaking of, let's agree to play fair today. Please don't look at Muppet Wiki or any other resource while we're playing. You know my uncle who owns Tough Pigs? This is his favorite podcast, and he'd be very upset if anyone cheated on him. Well, why don't we get things started? In our first round, we'll meet our contestants. It's a round we like to call To Tell a Face. Contestants, you are going to buzz in to answer 3 questions about yourself. Whoever buzzes in first will get introduced first. Ready? Go. David. All right, here's the first of the 3 questions you're going to get. Number 1, what's your name?
My name is David Levy.
All right. Wow, you got the hardest question of the show correct.
Phew.
What's your history with the Muppets or with the Muppet Show?
I grew up watching the Muppets. I remember watching the Muppet Show, I think towards the end of its original run when I was a wee lad. And I just never really went away from them. So I've been there, not from the beginning, but pretty close to it and have just stayed there.
Yeah. And you want to tell us a little bit about Muppeturgy, what you're working on right now?
Oh, yes, of course. So that old thing. So I am the co-host of a podcast called Muppeturgy, which is a Muppet Show rewatch podcast. We started when the show launched on Disney Plus, like a whole bunch of other podcasts did. But what we do specifically is I recently defined it as research-informed hosting. So it's a combination of letting you know, like, who are these guest stars? What are these songs? Why do I recognize that comedy bit? But also, having fun with some other Muppet fans, digging into like, do we think Scooter is really horny for Floyd? And I don't know if that wig is really working for Miss Piggy. So if that sounds like your sort of thing, when we're recording this, we've just wrapped up our first season. We'll be back with season 2, starting with season 2 of The Muppet Show in early October.
Yeah, I think this episode isn't getting released until like November. So
when you're hearing this, we will be towards the beginning of season 2.
All right. And the last question I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite Muppet Show sketch or song that you remember?
Oh, gosh. I never do well with favorites because I love them all, but I'm going to say I Go to Rio.
Okay. Yeah, your favorite of the day. That's what we like to say on Tough Pigs.
That's the one that came up on Shuffle most recently, and it's been stuck in my head.
My favorite Muppet of the day. All right. So you've just earned 20 points, David, putting you in the lead. But Anthony, you've got a chance to answer these 3 questions now as well. Anthony, what's your name?
Anthony Strand.
All right. Got it in 1. Anthony, what's your history with the Muppets or with this show in particular?
So this show I saw the movies a lot more as a kid. We didn't get cable. And when the Muppet Show was on Nickelodeon, that was the first time I ever saw it at my grandma's house. And it was like so exciting, this thing to like go to my grandma's house and the Muppets have a TV show. And it's just songs and sketches and it's weird. I specifically remember the George Burns episode. Season 2. So coming up soon on Muppeturgy. But that one, he has a scene with Gonzo where Gonzo fiddles while George Burns and all that stuff. My mother named me. She left a note. I died 2 years before I was born, left a note, all that stuff. I remember seeing that one and just being like, this is my favorite show. This is the greatest TV show I've ever seen. And then for the next several years, I didn't really see the Muppet Show anymore after they stopped showing it on Nickelodeon. But I checked the Muppet Show book out of the public library all the time. So honestly, that book, it was my main Muppet Show thing, like until the DVDs came out, almost, you know. But yeah, so the Muppet Show was like a thing I loved more than I saw as a child.
Yeah, there was a period where it was hard to find, you know, and really up until like 3 months ago, it was really hard to find. And Anthony, I'm going to ask you the same question. What's your favorite Muppet Show sketch or song, or your favorite one of the day?
So I'll say, you mentioned Moving Right Along, my podcast with Ryan Rowe. In our test episode 6 years ago, we did a test episode on Good Grief, the Comedian's a Bear, because that is a favorite of both of ours. And we thought it would be a good test to see if the format of our podcast would work. Just like, you know, doing a deep dive on 2 minutes of Muppet content. And there's so much there. It's so funny. And Kermit and Fozzie, I think that's the moment when their relationship was crystallized, you know, and it's perfect. Yeah. Good Grief, the Comedian's a Bear.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and I don't know if I specifically called out your podcast the same way I did with David's, just because we always talk about your podcast on ToughPigs. But Anthony, right, of course, hosts Moving Right Along, the Muppet movie podcast we do on ToughPigs.com. And it's excellent. And you just finished up The Muppets Take Manhattan.
We did. We just said goodbye, if you will, to The Muppets Take Manhattan.
I see what you did there. All right. So our score is tied. Right now, David has 20 points and Anthony has 20 points. And now all contestants need to be on stage for round 2. Obviously, you can't have a Muppet Show without Kermit, Fozzie, Piggy, Animal, and all of their pals. But in this round, which we call Can You Guess?, your job is to identify these other classic recurring Muppet Show characters who maybe didn't appear quite as often as that core gang. Each of these right answers is worth 1 point. Buzz in when you know the answer, but please wait until I'm done with the questions so the audience can play along. All right, are we ready?
Ready.
Question number 1. Although not usually considered one of the Muppets' key musicians, he played triangle in the orchestra pit in the first and second seasons. David.
Crazy Harry.
Correct. Crazy Harry. Question 2. Although he isn't very smart, in the Muppet Show's final season, he accurately starts worrying that the world is coming to an end. Anthony.
Beauregard.
Correct. Question 3. One of his only spoken lines in the entire Muppet filmography is, "How about a little traveling music?" Anthony.
That's Lips in The Great Muppet Caper.
That sure is Lips.
Which I never noticed until we covered it on the podcast. I could not have told you what he said. You know.
Question 4. He only appeared on stage 3 times, yet appeared in every episode of The Muppet Show's 5th season. David?
Oh, is it Pops?
It is Pops.
Yes.
Can anyone name any of those times he appeared on stage?
Nope.
I can sing. It's a duet with Fozzie, and it's some song with Amy in the title. I don't remember the
Once in Love
title.
with Amy.
Once in Love with Amy. Yes, thank you. Fair.
The third one, he was Geppetto in the song Puppet Man.
Well, sure. Yeah, that's a song that I'm not sure knows the overtones of itself.
Correct. It's creepy. It'll be good when Muppeturgy finally gets to season 5.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, question 6. His performance of a signature song in the first season of The Muppet Show became a top 10 single in the UK. David.
That's Robin.
That is Robin. Question 7. She is both one of the only recurring female Muppets and one of the only right-handed Muppets. Anthony.
Janice?
Incorrect.
Is it Annie Sue?
It is Annie Sue, David.
Oh, sure.
I was like, who is Louise Gold's most recurring Muppet.
Yeah,
I know she's the lefty.
Because Louise Gold is the lefty puppeteer. So
Right.
her left hand is in Annie Sue's head, and her right hand is manipulating Annie's right hand. Question 8. Originally crafted as a whatnot and intended to appear in only one episode, he would go on to appear in every Muppet movie. Anthony.
Marvin Suggs?
Incorrect. He's not in all the movies, Marvin Suggs.
You never know. He seems like somebody who could be in every crowd scene.
I don't think he is. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think he is. I'm
Maybe not.
one movie away from the end of a movie rewatch, and
Sure,
and I'm embarrassed that I can't come up with who this is.
Well, I'm checking the Marvin Suggs while you're thinking. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit this out because I'll give you credit if I'm. Nope.
Probably not in.
He's not in.
He's probably not.
He's not in Caper. He's not in Treasure Island. He's not in Christmas Carol. Marvin Suggs. So.
Oh, okay.
Any guesses, David?
I'm coming up totally blank.
New Zealand.
Oh my God! I should have said it.
New Zealand.
New Zealand was even in the Lady Gaga Christmas special.
I don't count that as a movie, but yes.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that should have been, I just rewatched that for reasons I cannot explain. But that should have been the hint. Like, he was the clear, like, oddball in that bunch. So, like, someone loves New Zealand.
He's in all of them. And I think I couldn't remember if he has a speaking line in Muppets from Space, but he has a speaking line in every movie if he has a speaking line in Muppets from Space.
Well, Muppets from Space, he definitely gets a featured moment
because he's dancing. He's dancing in
dancing in the bathroom.
Yeah, but I don't remember if he has a speaking line, and I didn't get the chance to rewatch it before writing that question. But he's in the movie. Question 9: as Muppet Wiki says, this character is notable for many appellations: BA, MA, PhD, OBE, and RSVP. David.
Is that Mildred?
That is Mildred.
We love Mildred.
Cleveland Muppets represent.
That's right.
And question 10. Despite appearing in the first shot of the classic Muppet Show opening, he was not rebuilt for the Muppets 2011. Anthony.
Is it Timmy Monster?
It is Timmy Monster.
Yeah, because Thog was and Sweetums is there.
Yeah.
There's just a hole in the arch where there should be Timmy
It's
Monster.
the weirdest thing. I don't know why they couldn't put something there. Like, even if they didn't want to rebuild Timmy, the scene is so weirdly lopsided.
Well, it's also weird with the wrong size Thog.
Yeah.
Like, everything about that scene is just weird.
Yeah. So nice work. That's the end of round 2. Good remembering. And speaking of remembering, Fozzie Bear here with jokes to tell, both old and rare. No, it's just me. But I'm here with the remembering game. In this game, inspired by season 1 of The Muppet Show, your job is to finish Fozzie's jokes from the theme song. It's okay if you don't get the wording exactly. I can't expect you to get these wordings perfectly, but you have to get them close. You have to get the spirit of the joke correct. And, it helps if you do your best Fozzie impression. So please bear with me, but remember to wait until I finish the setup before you buzz in with a punchline. And of course, each joke is worth 1 point. Question 1. Hey, I went to a resort hotel for a change and a rest. The waiter got the change. Anthony?
And I got arrested.
Incorrect.
I have no idea.
David?
And I got the rest?
The hotel got the rest.
Ah.
All right, question 2. Hey, that gonzo is so dumb. He just heard that we're running short of water, so he...
This is so embarrassing.
I just thought this round would be fun. Like, I don't know how easy or hard.
If you had Michal here, she could do the whole thing.
Anthony?
He built a lake. I don't know.
No.
I'm just
Incorrect. But hey, I'd love to see him build a lake.
He heard we're running short of water.
Mm-hmm.
So he cried a lot. I don't know.
This was my favorite Fozzie Bear joke when I was a child. He wants us to dilute it. We're running short on water, so he wants us to dilute it. I was a weird child, which is why I'm a weird adult. All right, question 3. In our house, we use paper plates. And every night after dinner, my wife... Anthony?
Wraps fish and chip in them.
It was filmed in the United Kingdom, but no, that's not what Fozzie's wife does. Fozzie's wife
Erases them?
erases them is correct, David.
Yes!
That makes sense, yeah.
Question 4. I finally found a sure way to lose weight. I bought a scale that... Anthony.
Lies.
Correct.
Yeah, that one I remember.
Question 5. My cousin is so thin, he paints his head gold and... David?
Moonlights as a flagpole.
Rents himself out as a flagpole. I will absolutely give it to you. You know, it's funny. So I tested these questions out on my partner, who likes the Muppets fine, but like they haven't seen that many episodes of the Muppet Show, mostly the movies, you know, a couple that I've shown them. And I was like, can you get these? Just like, can you complete the joke just based on your knowledge of comedy? And they did not understand that one at all. They were like so upset. They're like, flagpoles aren't even gold. I'm like, I guess you're right.
They could be. No
Not,
rule that they can't be.
but not usually. Question 6. I don't approve of belly dancers. Why can't they dance? David?
On their legs?
Close, but I'm not giving it to you. Anthony?
Standing up?
Close, but I'm not giving it to you. On the floor like everyone else. Question 7. Hey, we were so poor, I was born at home. After my mother saw me, she went... Anthony?
To the hospital.
Correct. Hey, question. What has 1,000 legs but can't walk? Anthony?
Millipede on crutches.
No, but good. That's funny.
Is it?
I mean, it's sad too. I just think of all those millipedes on their little millipede crutches.
And airline map.
500 pairs of pants.
Oh.
All right.
Of course.
We got 2 left. Question 9. Hey, I once met a vampire who was so rich, he lived in... David?
A blood bank?
Incorrect. Anthony?
A double wide coffin?
Anthony, that's so close. I am going to give it to you. It's a split level coffin.
Split level coffin.
But
Oh, yeah, I knew
you've-
it was something like a luxurious coffin.
Considering this game is pretty like difficult and ridiculous, I will give that one to you. And then last but not least, hey, I wouldn't say the great Gonzo was dumb, but when he graduated from school, he didn't get a diploma. He got a... David?
A pension.
Correct.
I remember that one.
I remember you talking about that on your podcast.
Well, because I had to explain it because one of the other hosts didn't get it or didn't
Yeah.
understand why it was funny.
Well, that was so funny. And folks at home, there's no video, but I promise you they were wiggling their ears and everything. Let's take a second and check the scores. Right now, Anthony has 6 points, or excuse me, 26 points. How could I forget the 20 points from the first round? And David has 28 points.
Woo!
Very close game.
I got very nervous when math was happening.
Now it's time for a head-to-head round that we call Beat the Time. In this round, the rules are a little different. We're going to start with Anthony, and you each will be responsible for providing an answer to my question. So Anthony, you're going to answer the question. Then we're going to jump to David. David, you're going to answer that same question. Then we're going to jump back to Anthony. If you get an answer wrong, obviously we'll jump right to the other person. So they'll have a chance to go again. If you can't answer, we'll jump to the other person as well.
I don't think I understand.
Okay, yeah. This is a game that I've had a hard time explaining, but it plays fine.
Okay.
There's going to be one question, and that question is going to have, in this case, the question has 9 answers.
Okay, that's the part that I missed.
We're going to alternate back and forth answering that question.
Got it.
That's what I mean.
It's like a final round on Ask Me Another.
Yes, exactly. I kind of stole a lot of the concepts. I thought about writing limericks, like wait, don't tell me, but I didn't. All right. The Muppets covered many songs by popular artists throughout the Muppet Show, but possibly none of these artists were as famous as the Beatles or used as often as the Beatles. Starting with Anthony, you will each take turns naming one Beatles song performed on the Muppet Show. There were 9 Beatles songs performed during the show's whole run. Again, if you can't answer, I'm going to jump over to your opponent. Also, for this version of Beat the Time, you will earn an extra point if you can identify who sang it on the Muppet Show or how the number was staged. All right?
You get 2 points if we can do both?
You get 2 points if you can do both. Exactly. So there are 9 total answers here, and we are starting with Anthony.
Obla di obla da. And it's 2 British dogs, and one of them's a cop.
Absolutely. David.
In my life, Twiggy is giving a press conference, and then there's a slideshow of pictures of Twiggy.
Correct. It's weird.
Very weird. We call it Twiggy's in memoriam to herself.
Absolutely.
Anthony.
I'm looking through you, and it's some ghosts scaring Fozzie backstage.
Correct. David?
Octopus's Garden, and I want to say that it's Kermit and Robin, and they are swimming underwater with octopuses and others.
Correct. Anthony?
She Loves You, but I can't remember what it is. I just remember, I can hear it in my head, but I can't picture it. So
yeah, I'll give you 1 point for
okay.
She Loves You. David, do you remember how She Loves You was performed? This was not season 1, so
no. In fact, we may be at the end of my knowledge of Beatles on the Muppets. So
it's some bugs in the grass.
Oh, sure. So it's just like Beatles.
Yeah, it's a really lousy pun that they took like 4 seasons to come up with. David, can you name, since it is your turn, can you name another Beatles song?
I mean, I can name a Beatles song and guess. Here Comes the Sun?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Anthony.
I know that there's more. You just said that there's more.
There are 4 remaining.
4 remaining, and one of them is I know that I should know this.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you can guess a Beatles song.
Right, that's right.
That's the reason I chose this. Was I was like, well, anyone could guess a beat like.
I could come up with 9 Dorothy Field songs.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
You could. I don't know if our audience at home can.
So I'm trying to think of which ones I remember seeing on the show, and Good Day Sunshine?
Correct. Do you remember
Yeah.
how it was staged?
It's in the dark, right? It's in the dark.
Yeah,
Power went out.
it's a medley with Dancing in the Dark because the power keeps
Yeah.
going out. I once
Right.
wrote an article for ToughPigs about how that is the best sketch the Muppets ever did.
I'm sure I read it.
So that's 2 points. David, any guesses?
Oh, can I guess a character in a situation without guessing a song? Because I am sure at some point Rolf at the piano did a Beatles cover.
Incorrect. Anthony.
Damn it.
Oh, Act Naturally. Floyd, right?
I'm going to give you a point. It is
Okay.
not on my list because it was not originally recorded by the Beatles.
Right.
So
their version of it. Yeah.
You are correct. Floyd sings it in Muppets Go to the Movies, but that is not how it is performed on The Muppet Show proper.
Gonzo sings it on The Muppet Show.
Yes.
Oh, well, if we're counting Beatles covers, then Searchin', where Floyd is looking for Mary Lou with the two creepy detectives, which the Beatles covered on Anthology 1.
I will give you 2 points for that. That was not on my list either. But if I gave Anthony a point for Act Naturally, I'm going to have to. Anthony, we're going to bounce back to you. There's still 3 actual Beatles songs remaining.
Three songs pinned by the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, and let's say that Annie Sue Pig sings "Baby You Can Drive My Car," which I don't think happens.
Both are not true. David?
Floyd sings "While My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Correct.
Yes.
On both counts.
Yeah.
Was that just a wild guess?
Well, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure they must have done a George Harrison song. That's a good guess. I have another guess that I'm not going to say because I don't want to give Anthony a point.
Right.
Anthony, back to you.
Does Floyd also sing Blackbird?
Floyd does sing Blackbird in a duet with Janice. Weirdly enough, that was only a UK spot, and it feels weird to shell out the money for a Beatles song.
Oh, I know why. I know the answer to that.
David.
ATV, which was the British producer of The Muppet Show, owned the songwriting catalog of Lennon and McCarthy at the time. So it was not actually shelling out money. It was giving themselves money.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I learned that in my cramming for today's episode.
David, there's 1 song remaining. Unless you can surprise me with like another old standby that the Beatles did a cover of.
No, and I don't think this is right, but I'm going to go with another George Harrison song and think maybe one of the guest stars sang something.
You would think so, but incorrect.
Okay.
And Anthony, can you get the last one?
There's one more.
Correct.
And it is...
I know what it is. Damn it. Sorry.
Okay, first... No, that's fine. First, I'm going to guess that George and Mildred sang I Want to Hold Your Hand.
A wonderful guess that I wish happened because they were both performed by Frank Oz simultaneously holding hands all the time.
So I know the actual answer.
David,
because it is a season 1 sketch. It is I Get By with Little Help with My Friends, and it is like the it's like a human sacrifice situation.
Correct.
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's all the Beatles songs. And
what a great round, though. I love that.
That was fun.
Weirdly enough, you each earned 10 points.
Awesome.
Great.
All right. Well, I hope you passed the audition. Now we move into a round that we call Mystery Guest. To introduce these guest stars is what we're here to do. So it really makes me happy to explain these rules to you. I'm going to name a sketch from an episode of The Muppet Show. You earn 3 points if you can identify which guest star episode it is from. The sketch may or may not have been performed by that guest star. You're naming the guest star who that episode featured. If neither of you can buzz in with what guest star that was, I'll give you another sketch from that episode. If you get it, then you earn 2 points. If nobody can get it after the second one, I'll give you a third sketch. If you buzz in, then you get 1 point, right? So the more clues you need, the less points you get, but you still get points even if it takes that long, right?
This round should be called the Bucuma Special after our friend David Bucuma.
Yeah.
He's the master of this. He would know these all immediately.
So again, all of these names were chosen because I looked at a list of all of the game shows that have ever appeared on Sesame Street. And they're all just names of game shows that Guy Smiley or Pat Playjacks hosted. This is Mystery Guest. So as always, wait to buzz in until I finish naming the sketch, right? And we'll go from there. So Episode 1. I've got you under my skin. Anthony.
Vincent Price.
That is the Vincent Price episode. So that's
what I watch every year.
So that's 3 points. Episode 2. T for 2. Anthony.
Harry Belafonte.
That is Harry Belafonte.
It's Ralph in New Zealand doing something funny.
Curtain close. Question 3. 6-string orchestra. Anthony.
The Stars of Star Wars featuring Mark Hamill.
Correct. Anthony's really good at this one. Question 4, or episode 4. In the Navy. David.
Roger Moore.
Correct. That was prominently featured in Of Muppets and Men.
Which I watched last night.
That's the thing. I think of that sketch as being from Of Muppets and Men.
Question 5. I won't dance. Anthony.
That's George Burns.
That is George Burns. I did not realize that was your favorite episode of all time when I wrote these.
It's one of them. It's up there. I love that.
A Dorothy Field song, might I add.
There you go.
Question 6. Pachalafaka. David.
Joel Grey.
That is Joel Grey. Love how I haven't needed to go to the other sketches on any of these. Question 7. Yes, we have no bananas. Anthony.
Phyllis George.
Correct. David, can you name another episode that featured that song?
Oh gosh, probably not accurately. I want to say Lola Falana, but I think that's just because her name kind of reminds me of the word banana.
No. So the one that I was actually originally looking for was Steve Martin. Marvin Suggs performs it in the Steve Martin episode, but apparently it also appears in the Jean-Pierre Rampal episode of The Muppet Show, which I have definitely seen at one point in my life, but couldn't remember. Episode 8, Edible Paper Clips. All right, should I move on to a second sketch?
I mean, I could name a random guest star and see if I get it.
All right, let's move on to a second sketch. In the Good Old Summertime. Anthony.
Pearl Bailey.
Correct.
She's thinking with Floyd backstage, which rules.
If I had not ruined the first attempt at making dinner tonight, thereby delaying dinner, thereby limiting the number of Muppet Show episodes I could watch before we joined this call, that was next on my list.
Oh, it's such a good one.
You definitely would have gotten it by the third one, because the third one I had written down every single song that they perform in the Camelot number.
Nice.
Question 9. Night and Day. Anthony?
I don't know. Let's say Diana Ross.
Incorrect.
I don't think this is right, but Carol Burnett?
No, neither of you are right. So let's go to the second clue here. Friendship Train. Anthony?
Is it Gladys Knight?
It is Gladys Knight and Gladys Day.
There you go.
They don't actually do that pun in the day and night and day number. It's
but that's because they do the I'm glad it's night a bit at the opening, and she says,
yeah,
I'll allow one.
Yeah, she only allows one.
Right.
Which rules. What a great episode.
That's Night and Day is one of my favorite sketches as well. That's the one with the mummies.
Oh yeah, with Gonzo as the lead mummy.
Yeah,
that's great.
I see a theme in your favorites.
Mummies.
No, Nights and Days.
Oh,
right?
true. Good Day Sunshine was my other favorite.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 10. Otto the Automatic Entertainer. Anthony?
Is that Gene Stapleton?
It is not Gene Stapleton. David, do you have a guess here? Otherwise, I'll go to the second clue.
No.
All right. Sketch number 2 from this episode. Let's call the whole thing off. I'm going to move on to sketch number 3, a bird in a gilded cage. Anthony.
Is it Liberace?
It is not Liberace. And boy, could you have not chosen a more opposite performer.
All right, who's the butchest performer who is on the Muppet Show? Who's not Roger Moore?
David, for 1 point, can you name the most butch person who was ever on?
Sylvester Stallone.
Correct.
Yes.
It was one of those things where the whole time I was like, I know it's season 3, but I couldn't.
One of my favorite episodes. I love that "Let's Call the Whole Thing Off" number with the weird full body lion.
That's that number. Yeah, of course.
And then the last episode that we are doing, smoke gets in your eyes.
Oh, Wayne and Wanda numbers are so interchangeable.
Yes, I tried to make them get harder as we went on. Like, that's how I... Anthony, did you buzz in? I'm sorry.
I did buzz in.
Okay.
And
Anthony.
Let's just say Ben Vereen.
Okay, incorrect. David, do you want to guess the season 1 episode? You at least know all those actors.
Charles Aznavour.
Incorrect. Second clue. Lady wrestlers. Anthony.
That's
season 2.
Then Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is season 2.
Then Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is in more than one episode.
Oh, hold on. Then let me go back.
Teresa Brewer.
Let me
Lady Wrestlers.
Let me go back and make sure that you guys didn't get that. No, Wayne and Wanda never performed Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
Oh, I'm confusing with On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, which is the gag you would do if Wayne and Wanda did Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
Spoilers. They do that gag when this appears in season 2.
But is it Teresa Brewer?
It is not.
Oh gosh. So I can tell you the whole plot of the episode, and I just cannot remember who the guest star is. Because it's the one where they're out of money and they go to Scooter's uncle, and he says he will do it as long as they class it up with his favorite entertainment, and that entertainment is Lady Wrestlers. And oh gosh, and I just haven't watched it yet, but I just read the Joseph A. Bailey book where he talks about writing this sketch.
No, that's a great book.
Oh, is it Zero Mostel?
It is Zero Mostel.
Yes.
Wow, awesome.
The last one would have probably given it away. It was What Do the Simple Folk Do, which is the one that Zero Mostel actually performs. The other two, he did not.
With Featherstone.
A favorite.
Love to see Featherstone.
I still never found you that picture of me and Tamanella that I said I would send you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've never been, or you haven't been to Momi since they
didn't have Tamanella.
Yeah, they redid it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's continue with our guest stars and head to our talk spot in my favorite game, The Triangle is Right. In this game, there's 3 right answers to every question, and you can score points for each right answer you get. Remember, buzz in even if you don't know all 3 answers, because you'll get points for whatever you do remember. But if you miss any, your opponent will have the chance to clean up whatever you missed. So these are all questions about Muppet Show guests, and each of these have 3 right answers. Question 1, the 3 non-humans who guest starred in season 4. Anthony.
R2-D2, C-3PO, and Chewbacca.
Correct. Question 2, the 3 actresses who both guest starred on The Muppet Show and in The Muppets Take Manhattan. David.
Linda Lavin, Liza Minnelli, and it's Candice Bergen's mother is in The Muppets Take Manhattan.
And Edgar Bergen's wife.
Right. Oh gosh, it's not Joan Rivers. It's actresses, right? You said actresses.
Yeah, they have to be female.
Okay. I'm just gonna run through all the the cameos in the movie.
I'm gonna have to speed you along at some point.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed because it's my favorite movie. Like, not just a favorite Muppet movie, favorite movie. And I am drawing a blank on the third one.
Anthony?
It's Brooke Shields.
It is Brooke Shields.
David, I wish I'd known that. I'm sorry we didn't invite you on the show.
No, it's okay. I didn't want to be pushy about it.
Sure. Well, if you ever want, I mean, we'd love to have you for a later one.
Oh, thanks.
How do you feel about Christmas, David?
So I am the exact right age to hate that movie because it was both like it's the Muppet movie that came out. Like I grew up with the Jim Henson Muppets, and then that came out, and also like I think that was the first one that came out when I was in high school, and suddenly I was like a little not the right target age. Mm-hmm. So
that might be my favorite one. I say the Muppet movie is my favorite, but that one might be my favorite. Just because
it's my wife's favorite one.
It's so beautiful. Like it's probably the one that's the best directed, even if like the jokes obviously and the songs are not as good as the other ones. But I digress. Question 3, the 3 oldest Muppet Show guest stars in terms of birth year. David?
George Burns, Senior Wences, and I think Bob Hope.
Okay, you got 2 of them. You got the first 2. Bob Hope is not on that list.
Those are the 3 who lived to 100 or later.
Yeah, well, that's why I did in terms of birth year.
No, I know. Yeah. That's just why I was trying to like split the difference there.
Anthony, can you get the last one?
So it's somebody who's older than Bob Hope.
Oh, I know who it is.
So let's see. Edgar Bergen?
It is Edgar Bergen.
I almost said Milton Berle, but I think he's about 5 years younger than Bob Hope.
Okay, so we're going to do the opposite now. The 3 youngest Muppet Show guest stars in terms of birth year. Anthony.
Brooke Shields.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe the next one is Cheryl Ladd. And then, but Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill is one of the other ones, but Cheryl Ladd is not. There's someone you're forgetting.
Okay.
David, any guesses?
No, I was just very confident about Brooke Shields.
She was the only one who was...
she was
the only one who was like literally a child.
So here's one that is absolutely correct, and you're not going to count it. It is Big Bird.
I almost have to because he'd only been around for like 11 years on the show. Well, no, but then it wouldn't be Big Bird. It would be R2 or C-3PO or Chewbacca.
Well, but also Big Bird's like canonical age.
Yeah, that's true. But it is in terms of birth year is what I said. But it's neither of those people. I'm not going to give you credit. It is.
Do I get to guess again?
No. It's sadly taken from us far too soon.
Oh,
Christopher.
Can I guess again? Would that be a point? No, sorry.
Christopher Reeve.
Oh,
yeah. I should have known that because he and Mark Hamill were like best buddies.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like we don't think of him as being that young because he passed so early. Like it doesn't. Like when I was writing this list, I was like, oh yeah, I guess he is.
Well, but also like the roles that we associate with him are grown-up roles. Right. So like we don't have a vision of him playing teenagers, even though he does for a little bit in Superman.
Yeah, as opposed to Brooke Shields and Mark Hamill, who
he doesn't. They got another guy to play the teen in Superman, and then just dubbed his voice.
Moving on, question 5: excluding Mummenschanz and other fictional characters, the 3 Muppet Show episodes that feature guest stars with one-word names. Anthony.
Liberace. And I was so confident on Liberace. But the other 2 must be guest stars with one-word names, huh? I'm embarrassed to say that's the only one I can think of. Liberace. I'm sure I'll myself.
David, can you steal?
Gosh, probably not. This is when I get really sad that Cher was never on the show.
Right.
She should have been.
Charo seems like she could have been,
right. And like, technically Shields and Yarnell have names.
I'm counting Shields and Yarnell because that I will give you a point for that. Because
okay.
They're billed as Shields and Yarnell.
Okay.
I mean, everyone has a name. Liberace has a name.
Well, right, but like they actually had names that they used.
But they also just used Shields and Yarnell.
Right. Okay. But that's just one.
That's
not
one.
Two,
yeah,
right?
because I said episodes.
I mean, in my circles, Liza only has one name, but that's not how Kermit introduces her.
No.
No, I'm drawing a blank.
Listen, I don't mean to scare you with this very spooky episode, but it's Twiggy.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And my favorite question of this episode, and the last question in this round, the 3 Muppet Show guest stars who also appeared in live action movies based on DC Comics. David.
Christopher Reeve.
Mm-hmm.
Linda Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And
are we counting the Wonder Woman pilot movie? Oh,
she's in the very end of Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Because yes, otherwise no, she was on a TV. I'm not counting TV shows.
Are we counting animated films?
No, only live action films.
Oh,
because otherwise Mark Hamill would be a choice. There's a bunch. Paul Williams was the Penguin on the animated TV show. But I'm just counting live action movies.
Oh god, the third one is probably like in the movie of Swamp Thing or something, right? Like it's I know how you game show hosts work.
I'll tell you this. It was in a very this actor was in a very successful DC Comics movie.
Okay.
Like financially speaking.
Right.
I don't know about the Rotten Tomatoes score. Who knows with any of these superhero movies? I'm gonna have to let Anthony.
I feel like I need to toss this to Anthony.
Anthony, any idea?
I feel like I should know it. In a very successful,
at least financially speaking. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, you liked it, and it was.
That doesn't mean anything, though.
Right. But now I'm thinking like was Vincent Schiavelli secretly on the Muppet Show? Who's in Batman Returns? But no, unfortunately I cannot think of who it is.
And I get half credit for Michelle Pfeiffer.
She
was on Muppets Tonight.
She was on Muppets Tonight. Yeah.
No, so I'm just going to say that it's. Let me guess any guest star. It's.
Oh, I know. Oh no.
It's here's the thing. Like, I mean, Deadpool is the ripoff of Deathstroke, right? So does that?
Yeah, but that's a Marvel movie.
No, I'm kidding.
That was my little. Oh, I know, and then I covered my mouth.
No, Leslie Nielsen is in the Marvel movie. Yeah. No, so let me guess that it's Superman 2, and it's Leo Sayers in Superman 2.
He could have been, but no, to the best of my knowledge, he was not. So listen, this was my favorite question that I wrote. And to write this question, I had to do a lot of reading on Muppet Wiki to make sure I wasn't misinterpreting the numbers here. If anyone, playing along at home believes I am wrong here and there's some actor that I'm forgetting, please let me know. But to the best of my knowledge, Christopher Reeve obviously appeared in 4 live action DC Comics movies, Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4. Linda Carter was on a TV show for years, but did appear in the.
Oh, wait. Is it Cloris Leachman in the Wonder Woman pilot movie?
I wasn't counting that because that was the pilot of the TV show.
Pilot TV movie, yeah, but I mean it's a TV movie first before the series was picked up.
But a TV movie is not a movie.
Yeah,
it's not a movie.
I don't. This was definitely a theatrically released movie.
Oh no! Is it going to be from Batman 66?
It is not.
Okay.
It is from the hit financial smash film Aquaman,
Julie Andrews,
which featured
Yeah.
Julie Andrews as the monster from the trench.
She's not. I mean, it's a live action film. I mean, if you did say appears in though, right?
Okay.
You said appears.
Are you really going to play that game with me, Anthony?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, whatever. It's a great question. But like, I think that's why we both didn't think of it, you know?
Right.
It was intended as a trick question, but to the best of my research, there have only been 3, and one of them is Julie Andrews for playing the trench monster.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here being like, who starred in Jonah Hex?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's an actual successful one. It wasn't like Swamp Thing or Jonah Hex. Like, forget if that movie, I don't care. I don't remember what critics thought of it, but like that movie made a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're coming up on the end of our show, but the points are even bigger. This is the anything in the world prize game, because you two are now able to ask me anything in the world, or at least anything in the world of the Muppet Show. Each of you will get to ask me a question about this show. If you stump me, you will earn 10 points. Here we go. So David, why don't you get us started here?
Okay. As you probably know, throughout especially the first couple years of the show, there would be puppeteers who came on to do a featured role here or there, but did not become regular members of the Muppet Company. One such puppeteer came from a very distinguished theatrical lineage. And I don't know how complex I'm allowed to ask for the answer, but like I would like ideally the name of the puppeteer and the explanation of her distinguished theatrical lineage. And I just gave you a gender, so that narrows it down.
I should have known you were going to come up with a question that I had absolutely no idea about.
This was something we discussed at length on Muppeturgy, so that's how I feel like it's fair.
I have listened to every single episode of Muppeturgy.
Okay.
But there is one that I fell asleep in the middle of.
Oh, which one?
The problem is I don't remember. I binged all of them over the span of a week, because I hadn't started it, and I kept being like, I need to start it. And then I was just doing chores around the apartment, and I was like, I could probably just knock these all out in a week. Like, so I don't remember which one it was, but I'm gonna hope it was the one that I slept through that I'm missing. Yeah, I got nothing.
Anthony, do you know?
It's whoever plays Cynthia Birdley and the Duck.
That's correct.
I did listen to that episode. I was awake for that.
But I'm blanking on her name, which I feel bad about. It's Cynthia something, right? Like
Cynthia Adler, and she's from the Adler theatrical family, which includes Stella Adler, the great acting teacher,
Adler, sure.
and all the Yiddish theater Adlers.
All right, Anthony, you've earned yourself 10 points. That was a perfully fair question, especially because I did listen to that episode.
Wait, who earned 10 points?
Oh, I'm sorry, David. Look, I wrote down 10 points under David. I just said Anthony, because Anthony said Cynthia Birdley. Anthony doesn't.
I'm the one with the hat.
Yeah. All right. Anthony, would you like to ask me a question?
I would. So we all know that Beaker wasn't introduced until season 2 of the Muppet Show. But in season 1, there were only 4 Muppet Lab sketches. Mm-hmm. 2 of them feature characters other than Bunsen. So what I want you to tell me is, of the 2 sketches that only have Bunsen alone, with no other co-star, what is the premise of at least one of those 2 Bunsen solo sketches?
See, here's the problem. You picked the wrong host to ask this question to, because my first article for ToughPigs, I watched every single Muppet Lab sketch back to back to back, and there are 4 Muppet Lab sketches in season 1. There are 2 that feature characters other than Bunsen. One of them is Peter Ustinov as the robotic politician. The other one is a weirdly creepy looking gorilla puppet costume.
Correct.
But
or a costume, yeah.
There are two that don't. I'll be honest, One of them I am blanking on right now, but one of them is the tenderized plates and other silverware. What is it? The plate. I don't remember the Muppet Labs all-purpose tenderizer is what it's called. And so that is one sketch that only features Bunsen. Give me 1 second here. I want to see if I can remember the others, even though that is
it's just the other one.
Yeah, there's only one. There's only one other one in season 1. I keep thinking edible paper clips, but I know that's season 2. I know Beaker is there for that. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me.
It is exploding hat, exploding scarves, etc. in the Paul Williams or in the Phyllis Diller episode.
I can see why I forgot that, because that is one that totally doesn't work without Beaker being present.
Right. I feel like that's the one that inspired Beaker's existence.
Yeah.
The gorilla detector too, maybe. Like, I feel like that one, it's like Bunsen is like, I'm not being dragged off by a gorilla. That's so much funnier if Beaker's being dragged off by a gorilla.
Yeah.
Right?
It's funny. I can remember Bunsen's clothes being on fire, but I couldn't remember why they were on fire.
Right, sure.
Yeah, that is definitely not a good one. The Bunsen sketches in season 1, not funny. I like the gorilla detector. I'll always have a soft spot for that because of the Muppet Show book.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said on David's podcast.
Yes.
I was in that episode.
I'll tell you, the tenderizer sketch, it may not be the funniest, but it's some excellent like special effects puppeteering. So that kind of saves.
Like, that's why I remember it, because
I
love when the ladle kind of goes flaccid.
Yes.
Okay, so we are moving into our final round, which we call Say the Word. And this round works basically the same as Final Jeopardy, except I don't call it Final Jeopardy because, again, I wanted to choose Guy Smiley game shows. So in this round, you are going to wager any amount of points if you get the question, and you are going to send me the answer using the chat, right? So you're going to direct message it to me. Make sure you're not messaging it to everyone, because then Anthony or David will be able to see your answer and know the right answer. So you can wager any amount of points. You're going to send me the answer and how many points you're wagering, and that will determine your final score. If you get the question right, you gain that many points. If you get the question wrong, you lose that many points. Now, let's check the scores before you guys start thinking about your bets. And let me tell you, in the history of Hubba-Wha, I have never had a game this close.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Anthony, you have 63 points. David, you have 64 points.
Oh, no.
So it really is anybody's game. And this final Say the Word is going to determine it.
And do we get a category or any kind of hint at what's to come so that we have some way to judge what we should wager?
Oh, you'll get to wager once I read the question.
Oh, okay.
It's not quite the same as Final Jeopardy. And the category is the Muppet Show. You've heard of it. So the question goes like this. Other than Statler and Waldorf, which named Muppet Show character appeared the most often in Statler and Waldorf's balcony box? You're going to direct message the answer to me and how many points you're betting. It has to be a named character. You could argue the answer is chickens, but that's a collective animal, not a character.
I'm stuck on how much to wager.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you think you know the answer?
I feel like I have it narrowed down to 2.
I also feel like I have it narrowed down to 2.
I'm sure they're the same 2.
What is there a prize at stake?
There is a prize at stake. We do give prizes here.
Just don't know what I'm risking. That's the.
All right, both of our bets are in. I will say one of you is correct, one of you is incorrect.
Oh,
Anthony, you wagered 0 points. In other words, you were betting that David would get the question wrong. David, you wagered 62 points. In other words, you were hoping that somehow 2 points would let you win the game. Anthony, would you care to say which Muppet you put?
No. I was wagering that we both got it right. Let's be clear here. Give me a little credit. But apparently that is not to be.
That's not how I interpreted it. Anthony?
If we both got it right, then I would win. And if we
thing.
both
That
got it
was the
wrong
thing.
and Anthony wagered what he needed to wager to beat me, then I would win.
Right.
So 2 out of 3 potential scenarios, I win.
Mm.
Let's hope that is not the third scenario.
Well,
Right. Let's hope it is. But
Anthony?
so I put Gonzo. I put the great Gonzo.
Good guess. He has appeared in the box.
That was my second guess. So
Well,
Anthony, you were right on that guess.
David, what did you put?
My guess was Kermit, the frog.
The correct answer, I need like a drum roll sound effect here. The correct answer is Kermit the Frog. That question is one. When I was planning it, and Muppet Wiki has a wonderful list that you can find called characters other than Statler and Waldorf who have appeared in the balcony box. And it has a list of all of them. And I went through and counted, and I was like, is it too obvious that the right answer is Kermit the Frog? And then I was like, no, it's the right level of obvious. Oddly enough, Anthony, Gonzo is not even in the running. I think he's only been in there twice.
I think the thing is that clip of him flying his motorcycle up there is oft repeated.
Yeah.
Well, it's also in general, like if you think who is a Muppet who gets flung from the stage the most, you think
Exactly.
Gonzo.
Yeah.
But the number 2, the runner up, is one that neither of you guessed, but makes probably the most sense. It's Fozzie, because of so many jokes about like turnabout, like
Sure,
he winds
And
up
that
heckling.
happened in one of the episodes I watched today.
Yeah. Other ones who had surprisingly high numbers,
Crazy Harry.
Crazy Harry, and the Swedish Chef is up there a little too. Is one of the higher ones, if I recall. So, congratulations, David.
Yay, thank you.
You pulled through. So, David, you win your choice of one of 2 fabulous prizes. Your choices include a previously owned gorilla detector, or
Has it been refurbished?
no, or this painting of the most important Muppet Show character,
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Droop.
I would have been so devastated if Anthony won that.
Oh, here's the thing. Like, I already have an original Evan sketch. It's Brule the Minstrel as a party guest at nephew Fred's party in Muppet Christmas Carol. And if I'd won that, I would have let you have that. Come on.
That's like absolutely going in a frame.
Yeah, I have mine framed. It's normally actually up right behind me. But we just had our basement ceiling redone. So we haven't put out a bunch of that stuff yet.
And that brings us to the end of another one. David, Anthony, where can people find you if you wish to be found? David?
I am on pretty much all of the social medias as It's D Levy, like it's delightful, it's delicious, it's D Levy, and also at Muppeturgy.com and wherever fine podcasts are distributed.
All right. And Anthony?
I am mostly off of public social media these days. You can always follow me on Letterboxd if you want to read my ramblings about movies. I'm at Zeppo Marxist on there, and we should be back. Hopefully, by the time this is out, we'll be charging into another season of Moving Right Along, the Muppet Movie Podcast, where we watch 2 minutes at a time. We're doing some specials. We probably have already done a celebration of 30 years recently, or I don't know, Muppets at Walt Disney World. Look out for those.
Can you believe I've never seen a celebration of 30 years?
It's on YouTube.
I know. I've also never seen Go to the Movies or Muppets Go Hollywood, and those are on YouTube as well.
Oh, here's the thing. Go Hollywood is garbage. Do not recommend. And that was actually one of our most fun bonus episodes on the podcast, because that's like maybe my least favorite Jim Henson era Muppet thing.
I listened to it. I just don't.
But Go to the Movies is great. Go to the Movies is just a double-length episode of the Muppet Show.
It's
I have that on a bootleg DVD from Israel.
It's just one of those things it's just one of those things that's just so weird because like, I mean, again, Anthony, you know me better, but like I'm so obsessive about this stuff and I have like such a photographic memory for all of like this weird and just for whatever reason I haven't, done those two.
Saving them for a rainy day.
Yeah. And of course, you can find ToughPigs at toughpigs.com or at ToughPigs on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And hey, if you like our work, consider donating to the ToughPigs Patreon, where you could get even more exclusive free stuff and the knowledge that you're helping us run our website. Thanks again for being with us on Hubba-Wha, the Muppet Quiz Show. And as always, we're not half bad, we're all bad. Thanks, everybody.